Evening once again, everybody, and welcome to week 3 of the Home Team Friday Countdown. Blake and Zane are standing by, ready to break down 3 of the biggest games on tomorrow night's high school football schedule. Tonight's games are Wrights and Jasper. Both of those teams are 2-0. Castle is at Bosse. The Bulldogs are 2-0 this year. And in Kentucky, this week's Home Team Friday showdown battle between 2 incredible quarterbacks. Owensboro will be at Davis County. Let's bring in the guys now. Our own Blake Sandlin and Zane Clodfelter from the Journal-Democrat. Guys, let's get started in the SIAC. Wrights and Jasper, both of these teams are 2-0. This has been a really good rivalry over the years, mostly in sectional games. Blake, get us started with the Panthers. They looked really good last week.
Yeah, no doubt. And both of these teams have really formidable defenses, so we are going to learn a lot this week. Wrights has allowed just 1 touchdown through 2 weeks. Last week, they showed a really balanced offense. Nate Staley threw for 2 touchdowns, and the Panthers rushed for 200 yards on the ground. Now, they're going to need more of that balance on Friday and more defensive toughness if they can hope to knock off Jasper.
Blake, it's been an impressive 2-0 start for Jasper, and the growing confidence of quarterback Will Weinzappel is a big reason why the Wildcats are in the SIC hunt early. Named the starter before the season, Weinzappel was stellar against Harrison last week, completing 55% of his passes for 184 yards and 4 touchdowns. Connor Foley was on the receiving end of 3 of those, so look for that duo to have another breakout game, Randall.
That should be a good one. In the SIC, Bosse has been the big surprise so far. 2-0 start for the Dogs. Castle hopes to crash that party, though, tomorrow night at Enloe. Zane, you got the Knights.
Yeah, and the Knights let last week's game against Mater Dei slip away late, blowing a 14-point fourth-quarter lead in a contest where running back Peyton Gurzini was limited to just 2 yards a carry. Castle couldn't capitalize on 3 Mater Dei turnovers and struggled with consistency on offense. Rushing was the biggest issue for the Knights, with just 50 yards on 25 attempts as a team. That'll have to be better against upstart Bosse Blake.
And speaking of rushing, Zane, Bosse will be relying on a lot of that tomorrow night. Jaden Thomas has been the MVP for the Bulldogs thus far. He's rushed for 200 yards in the Bulldogs' first 2 games. It's going to be tough to continue that stretch against this Castle defense. So Bosse is going to need some balance offensively. They'll need Braylon Bamey to step up once again if the Bulldogs can pull off a historic upset tomorrow night.
Bosse starting off 2-0 for the first time since 1994. I'm not sure if we could go back far enough to say the last time they started 3-0, so that should be a really good game. All right, in Kentucky, how about this? A great game between 2 great quarterbacks. Without a doubt, 2 of the best in the entire state. Joe Humphreys in Davis County takes on Gavin Wimsatt and Owensboro. Blake, you've got the Red Devils.
Yeah, guys, I spoke with quarterback Joe Humphreys before the season started. I asked him what he's most excited about this season. His answer, getting a rematch against Owensboro. So the Red Devils better be ready for this one. We know Owensboro can score. They've averaged 41 points through just 2 games, but this one is on the defense. Owensboro gave up 51 points to St. X in week 1. Davis County can score in bunches as well. The Red Devils can't let this game turn into a shootout, or Davis might pull off an upset.
Blake, in a battle of quarterbacks that you'll see playing on Saturdays in the future, there's a lot for me to like when I watch Joe Humphreys for Davis County. Last week, he set a school record with 567 passing yards and a 56-19 win over Owensboro Catholic. He threw for 6 touchdowns and averaged 17 yards a completion. The Panthers are loaded at receiver 2, so the Red Devils will have to pick their poison in the secondary, trying to defend against that attack, Randall.
And, of course, again, that is this week's Home Team Friday showdown. It should be a dandy Home Team Friday tomorrow night at 10:35 right here on, or I should say over on ABC 25. Guys, we have a little extra time tonight. First of all, just about 15 seconds each, your surprises through the first 2 weeks of the season. Zane, we'll start with you.
Obviously, I have to go with Bosse. Jasper would be a runner-up for me.
I would say it's got to be Wrights. They've come out, like I said, 1 touchdown so far in 2 weeks. That defense looks big time. The offense is picking up. We didn't know where Nate Staley, how good he would be in his first year at quarterback, and Jay Smith has stepped up at running back. They look like they could surprise some people this year, Randall.
Zane, where will you be at tomorrow night? How can folks follow along, and where will they be able to read your story on Saturday morning?
Petersburg for South Spencer and Pike Central, PAC battle, Spencer County Journal-Democrat for the story, and my Twitter account, Zane_Clodfelter for updates, Randall.
All right, as always, thanks much, guys. Great job. We'll see you on the football field tomorrow night. And don't forget, Home Team Friday coming up tomorrow night at 10:35. Over on ABC 25, we have highlights from 12 games scheduled for tomorrow night. Eyewitness News at 9. I'll be right back.